up, guys? It's your girl, Mikhail Rose, and welcome to Iconix Radio. Listen, today is going to be, my mind is like going all over the place because we got a celebrity in the building, a hard-working brother that don't stop. Listen, okay, let's go. Guys, why don't you just tell the people who you are?
My name is Joseph Elmore, writer, director, producer, editor of Gutter, the new hit movie that's killing it on Tubi, just crushing the streets right now. Everybody's rocking with it. It's a big thing.
Period. Listen, not only that, I just want to make a disclaimer. We got NYC in the building, so
that's right.
All my New Yorkers, you know what's up. You Yankees, know it's going down.
Buffalo Bills, New York Knicks. Yeah, that's right.
All
we
that.
In the building. We in the building. That's right.
Mr. Joe, you have such an incredible vision. And you wear so many hats, right?
Definitely.
And it takes a lot to do what you do. It takes a lot of patience, and take a lot of hustle. So being from New York, I mean, I just know that's just in your veins, right?
No doubt.
So let's start off with, how do you describe your work?
Oh man, it's like taking things that you've seen in the streets and throughout your own personal history, and then putting it on screen for people to enjoy.
Okay.
Like, it's like every time I meet somebody, and they find out what I do, they're like, my life's a movie. I don't know how many times I've heard that.
Listen.
Everybody who I meet say their life's a movie. But
Period.
The thing is, I've been watching your movie all my life. So I got all those stories already in my head. So when you come to me and say my life's a movie, I got you. You. So whether it's a comedy, a drama, a gangster movie, whatever, I already have that. Those stories are already in my head. I got story after story after story. So it's easy for me to write. You know what I mean? It takes me about 3 weeks to write. It takes me 1 week to think. You know what I mean? So I just think about it for a week. I don't even write. And then all of a sudden, okay, let's go. And I start writing, and 3 weeks later, we got a classic.
Period. Listen, I have watched Gutter. And let me just say, there are so many gaps that you bridged, that you and your partners bridged together. There's so many questions that you answered. But you did it on such a level that everybody can relate to. Even if you didn't want to relate to it, like that college kid, it's like, everybody got a college friend about little weed, little something. Exactly. And I was like, yo, that's my friend. Like, I loved the way that you all orchestrated everything together. So let's go back a little bit about who Mr. Joe is.
Okay.
What was it like for you growing up?
Yeah. So
the neck scratch got me.
Growing up is crazy because I started off in a very, very bad neighborhood. It's in Buffalo, there's a section of the city called the Fruit Belt. And the streets are named after fruit. So
Fruitvale. It's like the movie, the Fruitvale Station.
Belt.
Fruit Belt. Okay.
Yeah, Fruit Belt. And Buffalo, New York, y'all know what I'm talking about. So it's like, there's Cherry Street, which is funny because it was Maple Street too.
Oh, wow.
Cherry, apple, peach, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it was a very bad neighborhood. Like you grow up like 7 years old fighting in the streets, and something happened in school, and then you know how that fight goes from in school to out of school and down the street. And, I grew up with that, and my surroundings were just crazy. So my mother moves us out of that, and we moved to the suburbs where it's like nothing but white people. You know what I'm saying? So I remember my uncle telling me, he said he came over and he was like, he saw me playing in the street with the white kids. And he said, man, you look like a little black dot out there. You know what I'm saying? So I had that, I went to the white school and everything. And then something happened where my mother had to let go of her job, and we ended up back in the grimiest neighborhoods.
Wow.
So for me, and then growing up, the rap era was taking off, and gangs were starting to, get together, and all that stuff was happening.
For sure.
And I was a watcher. Like, I was in the mix for a minute, and then I just pull back because I was always doing something like rapping or playing basketball or something like that. So you can't really get in that mix. You know what I'm saying? But I know them all. I grew up with all of it. So I know the situations. I know who got shot on the street. I know who wasn't a drug dealer and is now a drug dealer.
Wow.
I know who wasn't a kingpin and is now a kingpin.
Yeah.
I grew up with those cats and I watched them in the news and all this stuff. So I got all of this stuff in my head that I've seen. I was around it. You know, they used to put bodies, used to kidnap drug dealers and put them in the trunk of the car and hold them for ransom, stuff like that. And these are legit friends of mine. You know what I mean?
Wow.
And I remember asking a friend of mine, like, yo, why did you, when you put somebody in the trunk, like, what's your thought in that? Because I'm writing now at this point. And he said, man, anybody can get it. And he was telling me about a friend of ours who he grew up with, and they was walking from the basketball court, and they was going to his car, and he popped the trunk and said, you know what time it is. Hop on in. And dude was like, oh, man, you want to do this to me? But that's the neighborhood that I grew up in. So, and also it's a funny environment as well. So I can do comedy. When I did speed dating, it was a comedy, and everyone thought Joe's doing comedy. He's so serious, but
he's so serious. I love that.
That's in me. You know what I'm saying? That's in me. But I just don't do it all the time because a lot of times shit ain't funny. So sorry, I didn't curse, but
no, you good.
Things aren't funny. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when I find something that's really funny, then we tap in, like we're about to do on the next movie. But yeah.
Period.
Yeah. It's,
I love. So. You growing up, you were able to experience the many sides of life.
Right.
And I think that is important. So shout out to your mom that was like, listen, this is what we finna do. But then God had other things in mind that prepared you to do what you do now. So so you're in high school. Were you into like journalism? Were you like writing love letters to girls? Like, what were you doing? Like, how did you prepare yourself to be a writer? Because most people, you know, they don't like to read. Right. They don't like to write unless it's a rap or something like that. So did you write poems? Like, what did you do?
That's crazy that you asked that. Okay, so
I know y'all.
So when I was 7, Blue Magic had a song called Sideshow.
Let me find out. Okay.
So I used to sing that song or whatever, and my father made me perform that. That's why when I saw the movie Raw, when he had to perform in front of his family, I'm like, I had to do that.
That was me.
For my father's friends.
Oh, wow.
You know, and they were like hustlers and stuff like that. And it was like... And my dad's name is Joe. I'm Little Joe.
Little Joe, come on. He was
like, Little Joe, come down here and sing that song for everybody. And I'm like nervous.
Like what?
But something about it just hit me. And the Silvers had a song called Boogie Fever. And I wrote a song called Doctor Doctor. And I don't know what made me do it, but in the cafeteria, I started singing a song, banging on the table. And my friends liked it so much, they learned the words and started singing with me. And one of the teachers said, I want y'all to perform that in the talent show.
Come on now. Listen.
So we performed that song, my song. It was the weirdest thing. And in front of the whole school. And it was crazy. So ever since then, I've been either writing songs, raps, or something. I've had to write something.
Big Joe. Yeah. Big Joe put you in front of his partners like, listen, you don't need no brush or none of that. Get out here and sing this song.
Exactly.
Whoa.
Exactly.
So I guess my next question would be, before I do that, did your daddy come to the show?
No.
Okay.
No,
okay.
But my mother never missed anything I ever did.
I'm here for that.
Never missed anything. And it's something I learned because when I was a kid, my dad was my hero. Yeah. And I thought my mother was just this woman who just tell us what to do all the time. And I realized that my mother really had my back all these years. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Everything. My mother worked from 2 o'clock to 11 o'clock at night, a job, and she had 5 kids. And for her to make sure she took off work to come to my talent show, which was at 8 o'clock at night, and then go back to work, like that was live to me. And I didn't even realize it when I was growing up. I think that's what you're supposed to do. My mother's an audience. Yeah, okay, cool.
Right.
But when you think about it as an adult, you're like, man, she never missed
the sacrifice.
Nothing. Never missed nothing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Respects to your queen and to your father as well. So.
No doubt.
All right, y'all. So we done got a little deep. Let's bring it on back. Now, how do you like when you're in the zone of creating? Because Gutter is so, well, let me back up. How many films do you have out right now?
I think it's 8.
8. Yeah. And how long have you been doing this?
So I had a movie that I wrote called The Trunk that Boris Kojo and Brian White and a lot of people was attached to, and that was supposed to be my breakout movie. So that was way back in 2003, something like that. But it fell apart, and Greg Carter and Sean McElvin hit me up, and they asked me to do Waters Rising. So I wrote that for them, and so that started off.
I like that. I think a lot of times people get sidetracked by not seeing celebrities in movies, and they just kind of miss the storyline because they're like, well, who's going to be in it?
Right.
But what you have done is you've cultivated such a broad dynamic of independent, brand new faces, along with celebrities that we're familiar with or we've heard of, and you make everybody on the same playing field. And I can literally see that, like in Gutter. Oh my God. Shout out to Jeff Shelley, one of the Baldwin brothers. Claudia B. Jordan?
Yeah.
Like, who does that? Wait a minute. I'm like, Claudia, wait a minute. So how did you get to Houston? Because for you to be able to reach out in all these different places from New York City, you're here in Houston. How did you end up in Houston?
Yeah, so I'm in Buffalo. Right? Buffalo's nothing's popping. Nothing's going on with movies. So I just got this dream of making movies. You know what I'm saying? That came from somewhere. But so The Trunk, when I was doing The Trunk, I wrote The Trunk. I knew it was fire.
This was it.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm online. I'm naive. I don't know the game. I'm on the line going, yo, I'm going to be the next Spike Lee. I'm reaching out to people who are either models or whatever, and I'm people who look like stars to me. One of those people was Brian White. Brian is, he's doing this thing in Hollywood. He's done like 3 Tyler Perry movies and all that other stuff. So I reach out to Brian, and he's like, yo, send me the script. So I send him the script. He reads 20 pages and go, dude, I have got to work with you on this. Whoa. And so Brian starts taking my script around Hollywood, and then he ended up doing a TV show called Second Act with Nicole Ari Parker and Boris Kojo. Boris reads the script, and Boris calls me on the phone and says, hey, I got to be in this thing, man. I want to be a part of this. So that's how The Trunk got popping. So The Trunk is on IMDb, which is the industry standard for your resume and everything else. Yeah. So, and then it hits Variety because it's really about to happen, right? So it hits Variety, everybody in Hollywood reads Variety. And then a friend of mine who I met because someone invited me to an acting class in Atlanta to speak. And I went to that acting class. My boy, Dwayne Boyd, invited me. And Nia Anderson, shout out to them. So I go there. I meet a lot of people. So Karen Yelverton is one of the actors, and Makita Faye is one of the actors as well. Wow. Makita is the person who I worked with on Speed Dating. Karen is the person who got me on Waters Rising because they needed a writer because they wasn't really happy with the script. Yeah. So Karen recommended me. They looked me up, saw my what I was about to do with The Trunk. Greg Carter and Sean McElvin hit me up. Greg Carter's, everybody knows Greg around Houston. He's one of the great directors around here. And they hit me up to write. And I was in the middle of, check this out, I was in the middle of writing Gutter.
Yo, that
crazy.
Was
2000, somewhere around 2004, 2005,
Whoa!
2005. Yeah.
Talking about a 10-year challenge and some change.
I was in the middle of writing Gutter. And people who know Waters Rising have no idea about this story. But I was in the middle of writing Gutter. And they called me about Waters Rising, and I have the belief that you put your best effort into what you're doing right now. Yeah. So I can't say to myself, I'm going to write Waters Rising, and then I got this fire-ass Gutter movie that I'll do later. No. Yeah. I started taking pieces of Gutter and putting it into the story of Waters Rising. Wow. They don't know that. But it was. I always knew what Waters Rising was going to be for me.
Your brain is crazy. Like the way that, and then what I love about, what I love about you, and I think this is where a lot of directors and writers and, you know, what patience
you gotta have
is everything. You've had so much patience in this industry. Yeah. And you talking about claiming Spike Lee status and all that way ahead, like way ahead of your time with such a hell of a backstory. Yeah. Like, let's talk about partnerships, because partnerships is your team is just as strong as you are. Like, no lies, right? Have to be. So let's talk about your team. I mean, you have a partner in crime that you've been rocking with for a minute. And so
shout out to T-Roy.
Yeah, let's go. Let's talk about Mr. T. Right. Let's go.
Well, my team, the team that I have is really strong, right?
Yeah.
But it wasn't always like that. You know, when we did other movies that I did, I don't want to,
for sure,
disrespect nobody the
most
wrong
definitely.
Way. So I'll just say other projects that I did, the mentality was different. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like, for me, it's not this movie. It's the next movie. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I realized early that you're not going to hit that big lick on that one movie. Period. You know what I'm saying? But if you can consistently put stuff out there, and shout out to Datari Turner. He actually taught me this. He's a producer. He's produced, Grown Up Hip Hop and other movies like that. He produced the movie Love with Common, and the kid who plays Tariq on Power. But Datari's done a lot of work. And I remember talking to him, and he was telling me that he said, you got to put points on the board. He said, you just can't put one movie out there. You got to keep putting points on the board.
Y'all better be taking notes now, because you're listening to the man now.
So, you know, I was like, so every time I work on a project, it's a one-hitter quitter. Yeah. So we do speed dating. It goes to theaters, and there's no love between the team. You know what I'm saying? It's just a lot of fighting. Everything's a fight. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You can't win like that. Nah. You know what I'm saying? Facts. And then we do Because I Love You, which everybody was together at first. And then that became a fight. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yo, I got to put people around me who's like-minded. You know what I'm saying? Who understands that it's not just about this movie. It's what are we doing next, and how do we put ourselves in a position to continuously do movies
and make it there.
You know what I'm saying?
I love it.
So I had to start my whole career over. I had to act like speed dating never existed. I had to act like The Trunk never existed. I had to act like Waters Rising and Because I Love You never existed. I'm nobody. I sold a screenplay, and I took the money and bought my own equipment. And now it's like I don't have to beg anybody for investment money or anything else like that. I'm going to shoot when I want to shoot. Period. You know what I'm saying?
I love that.
You know, called T-Roy. It's like, yo, this is what we got to do. This is what I'm doing. You know, he said, I'm there. You know what I'm saying? It's like whatever you need. And we went from there. So I made a movie. I knew what it was. I'm trying to learn more. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like you're building a house. You know what I'm saying? Before, the house was on a shaky foundation. Now my house is on a solid foundation. It might not have got no windows or no side doors in them, but the foundation is strong. There. You know what I'm saying? Yes. So now it's like we building. So we do How to Get Away with Cheating. You know, in my head, it's like it's not it. You know what I'm saying? Technically. Right. But if you watch it, you'll be entertained. But technically, I know it's got some issues, right? Right. That movie right now got picked up by NBC Peacock. Whoa. That movie. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yo, that's crazy. We worked out a deal with Maverick Entertainment. Shout out to Doug Schwab. Shout out to Erica Barrera. They've really kind of helped nurture me as far as putting me on and saying, hey, what do you want to do next? What's up next for you? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So now I have the situation where it's like, okay, I can keep doing movies. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't have the biggest budgets, but you got to be creative. You got to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? If you can't get the mansion, get something that looks pretty cool.
Listen, look, we were just, we're actually still listening to the audiobook of 50 Cent, his newest one. And let me just say, your blueprint is like, it's right there. Like, you've spoke it. You've seen it, you've envisioned it, You write it down. You throw it out there to people to say, look, either catch it or get left. Celebrities and all, like, respect. Much respect to you. And not only that, thank you for putting H-Town on the scene in such a, you brought in celebrities, but then you also brought in Houston local talent that's lit.
No doubt. No doubt.
Yo, let's talk about this cast, because we're gonna talk about the movie a little bit, but let's talk about this cast. Who we got on the cast?
Claudia Jordan.
Yes.
We got Daniel Baldwin. We got Little Zane. We got Jeff Shelley. ESG came out. The star of the movie, Zeno Williams, does a great job. Great young actor. Latoya Ward, who's also an executive producer. Latoya is amazing.
That was the mama.
Yeah.
I miss it.
Absolutely.
Her abs are crazy.
Yeah, she's insane.
I'm like, look, I need to know who her personal trainer is, okay? Because I'm trying to get at least 2-pack, okay? No bullshit. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Who else? Desi Sykes is amazing. Jesus, who plays Funny Man, did a great job. And it's about finding the talent. Like when I'm seeing auditions, I'm not just looking for somebody who can act. I'm looking for somebody who could be a star.
Period.
You know what I'm saying?
I love that.
So a lot of people feel like, I can act, but it's a presence. You know what I'm saying? It's a being there and understanding that you're not just doing it. You're not just acting for me. You're acting for millions of people. And when you understand that, then your delivery is going to be 10 times better to me.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking for those people who speak to millions, not just to me.
Ooh. Okay, so I'm finna help you all out real quick. We're gonna get a little quick gem. What advice would you give that aspiring writer?
You have to understand interesting people. You know what I'm saying? You can't just look at somebody who's a little off and go, something wrong with them. No, you got to try to understand their mind. You know what I'm saying? Because if you understand their mind, you can understand their story.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
And our job as writers is to tell stories. Stories that are just not the common stories, but more interesting stories. For instance, I did a movie called Made to Kill that should have came out. I'm going to leave that alone. But had a deal. The
struggle be real out here, y'all.
The struggle be real. Had a deal and everything.
Yeah.
But anyway, I remember the whole premise of the movie is two professional people who had a house that was dirty and it was unclean. And they had to get a maid. And the maid ended up being psycho. But anyway,
I love that.
I remember somebody telling me professionals don't have dirty houses.
Shit, listen.
What?
Have you seen Hoarders? Let me just say, I used to be like, how she a teacher with roaches going across the textbooks? Wait a minute.
Come on.
Look. Okay. I'll be good.
But you gotta understand that there are very interesting stories out there. And it's not the common that you want to tell. It's the uncommon that you want to tell. So when you talk about gutter, we're talking about me understanding that and seeing stories about women who are dropping babies in the gutter.
Facts.
Gutter.
Yo.
Think about it. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh, and you know what? I don't mean to cut you off, but there was just a story on Instagram where a girl, I think she was whatever she was, but she dropped the baby in the dumpster,
right.
and in my mind, I kid you not, I'm thinking to myself, why do we show these type of things? But these stories have to be told.
They have to be told.
Because it's something behind it.
These stories have to be told. And so, so as a writer, I look at that story and go, okay, let me ask myself a question of, do anybody care?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And if they don't, they should.
They should. I love that.
So let me point the camera at this story and say, okay, so what happens to this child when he grows up? And what if, as a writer, you have to throw an obstacle and throw another obstacle and then another obstacle? So, okay, so now he's not only growing up and he's not only been thrown in the gutter, that means he was discarded. And then the person who finds him, her life was discarded because she's a drug addict.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? A young drug addict.
Yep.
So this young drug addict is going to raise this kid. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
They both have obstacles that are just unattainable. You can't get past these things. So yeah, their life is going to be really, really interesting. And so on this journey, let's see where this goes. And as a writer, that's your job, to try to paint these pictures for people and take everyone on a ride. and that they can enjoy, but also get a message as well.
Number one on Tubi right now. Okay, so I'm gonna talk to everybody right now that used to like dog me, my husband, Mr.Iconix. Why are you always watching the Tubi? What is up with Tubi? Tubi is corny. And I used to be like, yo, like I give me a little bleezy in. I want to watch some ain't nobody seen before, you know? And I kid you not, I used to watch Tubi faithfully. We're talking about last year, like 2020, like quarantine. Listen, I ain't had nothing. I was like, I done seen that before. Let me look at it. Guys, this king has they have the number one movie on Tubi. So that speaks so many volumes to everybody, because it's literally, to me, I feel it's just the beginning.
Yes,
I know it's just the beginning. And to the writers out there, to the creators out there, if you don't have a pen and a pad right now, and if you don't rewind and take notes to what's literally happening, please do. Because this is so, I just want to thank you. I can't thank you so, I just can't stop thanking you, because I looked at that movie. I got so upset, and I was getting mad. I was like, yo, why are you talking to his mama like that? She helped you. Right. But then I was like, man, but he was thrown in the gutter.
He's angry.
Like, he doesn't have a let me stop telling the story. Okay, anyway. So it's so relatable. Now let's talk a little bit about when you got here to Houston, the transition you went through, but now bringing film here and dominating the film industry in one of the biggest states in the U.S. What does that feel like?
I don't know about dominating, but I'm one of the people in Houston.
Humble. I respect that.
It's a lot of good people, directors around.
Oh,
here
yeah.
Who I respect. So
yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I like Houston. I like the people in Houston.
Yeah.
It feels good to represent for two different states as far as I'm concerned, as far as New York and Houston. Yeah. And Texas, I mean. Yeah. So it's like, and it's a different culture down here. It's something I had to get used to coming from New York. The food, yeah. Cause y'all think y'all food is like it, and okay.
Little greens, cornbread, fried chicken, little hot sauce on the side, little rib, sausage, you know.
You gotta take me to that house, cause I ain't found it.
What? Oh, I got you.
I've been here 10 years. I have not found it.
I got you. I got you.
In New York, I find it everywhere I go.
Listen, we went to New York and we were right by the Grand Station, the big.
Oh, in Manhattan.
Listen, we walked outside. So we have been walking. Everywhere we turned, I was like, damn, that smell good. But man, I gained so much weight in New York City, but I burned so many calories.
Walking.
Exactly. I was like, yo, I'm confused. Like, what do I don't need a gym. I just walk down the street and eat. Like, right. So shout out to New York, but I got you on the food though. We're gonna make something happen. Now, fun question. Do you play any instruments?
No, but check this out.
Please.
No, I don't play any instruments, but I started off as a rapper.
Come on.
That's something that a lot of people don't even know, but I got busy. Like, I was really him.
What was your rap name?
Joe the Boss.
Joe the
Boss. Our group was the Mafia.
Ah.
Yeah, we got close to signing a couple times, but you know how that goes.
Yeah. You know, and I actually asked you a question earlier, and I think you've answered it. But I want you to break it down in simple terms for the people. Do you feel that the music industry, just as like somebody, a kid could grab a phone, spit a couple of bars, and boom, they could be like an overnight success, versus do you feel that the music industry is more difficult to break into than the film industry, or vice versa?
All right. First of all, respectfully, they're both difficult.
Okay.
Just keeping it a buck. They're
both
difficult because the competition is probably for both. Is the competition is so serious.
Yeah.
But as far as actually breaking in, I compare it to in sports. It's like, okay, everybody can go grab a basketball. You know what I'm saying? If you can't afford to get a basketball, you don't even have to have a basketball. You can just go to the court and wait for somebody to show up with a basketball and start playing. Movies is like playing hockey. You can't just go outside and play hockey. Number one, you live in Texas.
Period.
Where you gonna get some ice? You know what I'm saying?
We tried.
You know what I'm saying? When you gonna get some ice? It's not easy. Plus, you got to get more people involved. You got to get a whole group of people involved, and you got to get the equipment. The equipment for hockey is extremely expensive. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing with movies and music, in my eyes.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's just harder to get the equipment. It's harder to get people together to put it together. You know what I'm saying? With music, if you have the talent and the hunger, you can get it popping. Someone's gonna find you.
Period. I love that.
Someone's gonna find you. You know what I mean? So that's how I look at it.
Thank you for that. So you guys, please know that Gutter is out right now. It's blazing every screen across the globe. You can also download the app for Tubi as well.
Absolutely, for free.
For free.
For free.
So you know how we like it.
No doubt.
So 5 years from now, where do you see yourself?
Distribution deal. Making movies, $20 million movies.
Yeah.
Headed up to $100 million movies.
Yeah.
That's where we're going. As a filmmaker, I have to tone my imagination down for the budget. You know what I mean? When you start getting those bigger budgets, then now I can really let my imagination fly where it's supposed to go. So that's where I expect to be in 5 years.
Where can the people find you?
At Elmore Vision on Instagram. Check me out. Joseph Elmore on Facebook. You know, hit me up. Instagram is even better. I have the Elmore Vision Entertainment YouTube page where we be dropping trailers and certain things on there. And we got the party that we're having. Come hang out with us at the Capri Lounge. Go to www.gutterthemovie.com. Get your tickets and come hang out with us. Meet the cast and crew. It's gonna be live.
Now, is there something new that's coming? Anything new that you're working on? Let's go. Stamp it.
Platinum.
Ooh.
Platinum is coming out. Platinum is the prequel to Gutter.
Ooh.
What we did was Gutter through the years, because remember, I started writing Gutter way back in 2005.
Right.
You know what I mean? So by all this time, it's such an intense story that I had to break it up into 3 different stories. So Gutter is actually a trilogy. But what I did was I shot the middle story first, and then the prequel second. And we're going to be shooting Gutter Part 2 this summer. We're going to, no one's ever done this before. We debated it too. Who's ever done this, shot a trilogy out of order. You know what I'm saying? Someone came up with something, but I just don't agree. But
yeah.
But someone thought long and hard. We was on set thinking long and hard whoever shot a trilogy out of order, but we were the ones to do it. So
listen, history is being made. It has been made, but it's more to come. Now y'all know we like to play a little game over here. You want to play a little game?
Let's get it.
Let's go, Joe. Oh, look.
Let's
okay,
go.
Joe. This is gonna be one of the first times.
She putting the computer.
I gotta put the computer to the side because I need.
To get serious.
Yeah, got. Now he picked the cards.
We got notes and cards.
What you mean? What? It's real over here. Let's go. What you mean? You ain't about that life though. Look.
Draw 4.
Let's go. Okay.
All right, let's go.
All right, Lil Joe. Let's go, Lil Joe. Now, put your thinking cap on.
Yo, check this out.
What's up?
On Facebook, there's a guy. He knows me from. He's like, Little Joe, congratulations, you're doing your thing. Little Joe. Like only my family and people who knew me when I was like 8. You know what I'm saying? Know me as Little Joe.
Let's go, Lil Joe.
You know what I'm saying? So this dude is on. Yeah. I'm like, who is he? I've been hitting up family members. Like,
don't nobody know who he is.
Nobody knows who he is.
So we're gonna need you to please. Who are you? Please, let Lil Joe.
I finally said, yo, man,
who are you? Right?
He didn't even tell me. Little Joe, man, come on. But anyway, I'm with it.
That was probably his audition. Curious.
Right.
Okay, Lil Joe, let's do this.
All right, let's go.
Straight face. Okay.
I play to win.
You ready?
Let's go.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Perfect. In Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, what was the butler's name?
Jeffrey.
Could you let me give look, you ready? It was Jeffrey.
Mm-hmm.
You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What was the name of John Stamos' character in Full House? A, Jesse Kostopoulos, B, Danny Tanner, or C, Joey Gladstone?
Jesse.
It was Jesse. Look at NYC holding it down.
Yeah,
Come on
go.
now.
Let's go.
He said, I do this. Okay. Who won the Oscar in 1995 for Best Actor? A, John Travolta, B, Morgan Freeman, or C, Tom Hanks?
1995. Give me them again. I think it's Morgan Freeman, but give it to me again.
It's A, John Travolta.
Oh, did you say Best Actor?
Yes.
Wasn't Morgan Freeman.
Come on, facts. John Travolta or Tom Hanks?
1995. Tom Hanks.
Look, you know your stuff.
Tom Hanks.
It was definitely Tom. Lil Joe ain't come here to play with y'all. Y'all now listen. Oh, this is my good. Okay, I like this one. What 80s show in the 90s? No. What
80s show in the 90s?
And I'm like, wait, okay. What 80s show is the 90s show Frasier a spinoff of?
Frasier is a spinoff of Cheers.
Okay. Damn. I can't get now one.
Let's
Okay.
go.
Last one. All
right.
Here we go. Which musical star was knighted by Queen Elizabeth II on February the 24th?
Elton John.
Okay, y'all. I'm done. Y'all, this is iconic. Now, I just get it. Listen, you can't be in this industry if you don't know your stuff.
I play to win. I told you I play to win. Draw 4.
Listen. Joe, it's been such a pleasure. Shout out to everybody that the entire cast, the entire team of Gutter and Beyond. Look out for the new movie that's coming soon. But right now, guys, go and download Tubi. Go and check out Gutter right now on Tubi. Keep it at #1. That's how we work it over here. It's your girl, Mikhail Rose. Any words that you would like to tell the people before we go?
Yes, come out to the party. www.gutterthemovie.com. Come hang out with us, meet the cast and crew. This Saturday, it's going down. It starts at 5 o'clock, and we're going to be partying all through the night. Let's get busy. We're going to be showing the movie again at 7. So if you haven't seen it, come watch it with us. Politic with us. We're about to shoot another movie in March, so we're going to be casting in a few weeks. So if you're an actor, come on out, get your tickets, come mingle with us, let us get to know you, let us see how you get down, all of that. Come on out, have a good time. Kara, thank you for having us. I appreciate you. Iconic Radio, this is exciting for me.
No, it's an honor to have you. It definitely won't be the last time.
No doubt. We're coming back.
History has been made today, guys. Gutter is #1. We're going to keep it there. The next train, you better jump on it. Mikhail Rose, Iconix Radio. Izzy out.